All right. All right, all right, all right.
We back.
Two marker, action.
What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk fans? I'm Ryan D, aka Ryan680. What's going on, Lex? How you doing over there?
Doing good, man. Just good to be here, living life, happy. You know, it's a crazy world, but
Yeah.
we're moving along and we're living through it, and we'll get to tell stories about it later.
Yeah, this year will be the crazy. I mean, obviously, a lot of things have changed. With the movie season, it's like there's no movie season anymore. You know, it's just release dates keep getting changed. We saw that today as well. Halloween Kills got changed, and
Yeah.
just a whole nother year. Everything got pushed back. But I mean, yeah, I know you said you called it. I mean, you kind of already figured, like, hey, this holiday season is going to be very, very different for everybody, I would say.
Yeah, and then when you have movies like Halloween where it always gets released on Halloween, like it's just expected. Like those are their safe bets as far as they're moving. They're not gonna risk it. They're not gonna risk that. Other movies, like the summer movies, are technically all gonna be in the winter. So that poses the question as, let's say it moves forward and everything gets
Mhm.
released. Is there room for the ones that were originally scheduled in the holiday? That kind of
Yeah.
it
No,
gets
exactly. Yeah, I would say that too. It kind of puts everything at ease to where, yeah, at least hey, we got another. I mean, everything's just getting pushed back. A lot of the fall festivals, the film festivals, South by Southwest, a lot of Fantastic Fest, which happens
yeah.
at a lot of the draft house, they got pushed back till next year. So, it's crazy. I mean, yeah. Hopefully everyone's staying safe. By the way, all right, let's get right to it, man. I mean, the boys. I know we talked about this before. You know,
Sorry.
we're debating on trying to figure out, like, no, you're good. We're debating trying to figure out, like, okay, when's the new trailer gonna happen? When's it gonna
Yeah.
happen? Yeah, and then come to find out it's a teaser trailer, but still we get another good minute and some seconds footage. So yeah, I mean, how excited are you to see this trailer? I mean, can September can it come any sooner?
Yeah, dude, I'm super excited, especially around this time when, you know, movie fans are usually show like streaming fans, right? But
Mhm.
sometimes they're on two ends. Like it's not always the same. Like some people are really into their movies and they don't dedicate too much time to shows. But I think this is a time where shows can really succeed.
Yeah,
Because there's not a lot of movies going out. So The Boys is definitely a good surprise for a lot of people. It blew up for Amazon. It's definitely, I think it's their
yeah,
biggest hit, and it was a really good show. It was a breath of fresh air for me as someone that loves the superhero genre.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's very similar. It's cookie cutter. It has a format and it works, but it has a format to it. And The Boys kind of challenged that.
Yeah,
How
it definitely did.
Yeah, how can we tackle this genre from a really, really dark and gory standpoint? And it worked. It was really
And
fun.
make it I don't want to say fun, but make it fun. It just
Yeah,
is the charisma. It goes back to how it takes a lot of toll on the actors and actresses that take on this role, and like they have to become these characters, and wow, do they do. Like, yeah. I'm excited for this. But all right,
yeah,
let's get right to it, man. You ready for this trailer?
yeah, man, absolutely.
Get right to it, guys. Hopefully everyone's watching. Hopefully everyone's staying safe once again. And watch this trailer with us. Put some comments down below, guys, and we'll get to them as soon as we can. All right. So hopefully everyone's watching this with us. Oh, a minute and 56 seconds to be exact. All right.
Federal authorities have initiated a multi-state manhunt for William Butcher.
If anyone spots William Butcher or any of his known associates, Marvin Mill, Q Campbell, or this man, please call 1-888-0-CRIME.
The world still needs superheroes.
Yeah.
So let's get out there. Let's take these cocksuckers down.
We are famous now.
Don't you worry. Oh, man. Daddy's home. I know we've been through some shit together. But this is a fucking mess.
Oh shit!
So what's your big plan?
You'll love it.
I won't love it. I never love it. Never fucking love it.
Noted.
Dude.
Oh snap! Get it. What the? Oh, dude.
Damn.
It's lucky that I've shown up.
All right.
That was good.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Wow.
You can definitely tell they upped the budget for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. One of the first things I did notice was that what can they encounter? I mean, it's kind of hard because it's just like what more is up, you know? I mean, obviously from season one we saw, you know, all these things unfold, introduce us to all these characters, introduce us to this superheroes. How are superheroes created? Oh, they're created, you know. And so it's just kind of those things to where like, what more can they be up against to where it just how the commander can just come in, like it looks like it's getting more and more aggressive, more bloodier this season, I would say. I mean, it looks like it's going to be.
Well, I think a lot of what they were trying to set up last season, it involved the politic part of it, right? How the US or certain companies or certain states would get exclusivity to a superhero. And I think they were trying to set up like, okay, this is US exclusive. What happens when other countries start having supers of their own? And I think that's the bigger threat or the biggest question here, while still all of them dealing with their own vendettas and their own things. And we have Giancarlo Esposito, who is revealed in last season as the main boss guy, the head honcho of the company. I forget the name of the company, but the company that manages these superheroes, he's revealed as kind of like the top level guy. And so it's also real interested to see where he's coming from and how much leverage he has. And that's what I like. Like, you know, the first season did a good job at yes, there's supers, but there's greedy rich people that still have leverage over them. And so it's very real. It's very gritty in that sense.
Yeah, it's very. I would, man. It's just coming to a sense to where, like, you know, it comes to corporate America. It just shows it right here. It's nature color. It's true colors, and we see that a lot in, you know, the commander and all the other characters as well. And we see a character development. The good thing about that I love about TV shows is that there's so much character development when it comes down to characters, because there's a lot of footage. It's season, you know. It's like I can't remember how many episodes last season one was, but I can only imagine it's going to be the exact same length, if not maybe one more episode. But I think they're just going to stick to the same length as they did last season in season one. But it just, I mean, oh man, they introduced us to these characters that everyone, like you said already, I mean, everyone fell in love with them and introduced us into this world, and how, like, just, I mean, it felt so, I don't want to say real, but it felt kind of in a sense to where, like, hey, you know, it's almost as, I'll say it's almost as good as the Nolan verse. I would say that of Batman. I'll say, but more grittier and more bloodier, of course. But yeah, I mean, who's your? I forgot. I know I haven't asked you on or off camera. Who's your favorite character in here? I
like Homelander as a villain. He is a good villain. He's definitely like. He embodies what Superman would be like if he's an asshole and stuff like that.
Right? Most definitely.
And he does it well. He is charming on some scenes because he has to be. That's part of his character. But he's very menacing, and I think it's hard to come around a villain like that. So, and he has layers to him. He wasn't always this way. He was made this way, and he's tired of that system. So he's a complex character, and I would say that's why he's one of my favorites in the show. All of them are super charming, but I do like also the I forgot his name, but you know, in the trailer right now, he has no name. He's unknown, but it's the French kind of like the tech guy, the guy that has all the connections and things like that.
Frenchie. Well, that's his name. Yeah.
I like him a lot. He was very charismatic. He also had levels to him, even though they don't reveal much about him.
It's good that you mentioned that, because I saw an EW interview where Frenchie, we're actually going to see him have development in this season. So so we're gonna see, we're gonna see a backstory to him. So just letting you know, we are gonna see that. TV goers, Amazon lovers, just we are gonna see this. It's gonna happen this season, and also we're gonna see that as well with the female, as well.
The Kate Fujihara, is that her name?
Karen.
Sorry.
Yeah. So we're gonna see how this progresses and how just these characters intertwine with each other, because we're gonna see new character development and new stories into this, and also we got new characters as well, because it was only inevitable they're gonna add new characters, obviously, because some of them, if you didn't know, but some of them kind of died a little bit. But yeah, man. I mean, I am so excited to see Carl Urban. Like, oh man, dude, he is just.
It's a good role for him. He
Yeah.
does a good job. He kind of brings it back where he is like a lead, right?
Yeah.
So he's a lead character, and I think his character is just as dangerous and just as complex as Homelander, and they kind of work off of each other very well.
Yeah, exactly. And then also, I did not know this, but this is a fun fact for everyone out there. Seth Rogen is actually one of the creators. He gets one of the writing credentials here for this series.
He's a producer too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, correct. Yeah. So it's him and 9 or 10 other people. So it's not just him, guys. But I would think he'll kind of mix up his comedy there, which we kind of got a little bit. Almost feel like that broody, that cruel comedy, which I do love. I love that cruel comedy. But yeah, so and then we also got Homelander, which is Anthony Starr. What do you want to see out of Homelander? Like, what do you want to see him as far as like character development? Do you want him? I mean, I don't want to say speculating, but what if he does die? Or like how would just, it's kind of hard to say, with the footage we got here, but it looks like he's getting more darker.
Yeah, what I like to see for him is I think he's one of those characters where I wouldn't like to see him like turn good or like be like an anti-hero. Like, I wouldn't like to see that from him, because he kind of like, he's the character that would probably die on his hill. Like he dies believing what he wants. I don't know if he will die, but I would like to see him be more vulnerable. Like right now, he's always been the apex. Despite certain corporate heads having leverage over him, he still knows he has the power, he has control. I know there's a character being introduced who's a superhero, and it was the female superhero with electric powers. I forget her name, but she's actually gender swapped in the comics.
Okay.
And he is almost like the I don't want to say the opposite, but he's almost like the match to Homelander. And based on the comics, without spoiling much, because I actually don't know too much of the comics, but I think that Homelander for the first time realizes he has someone that can probably take him down.
Snap.
So I'm excited to see her, because she has cool shots, but that vulnerability could show us a Homelander that was different from the first one. Like, he doesn't have the upper hand all the time. I think she's Russian. So she is one of the supers that is from another country and is representing another country, and that's kind of where the begins.
Yeah, and we saw that too in the first the other teaser trailer that came out last week. We saw that where she was doing an interview. She was doing a Facebook Live of Homelander. I don't know if you saw that. It was last week, and so it was like she was doing like a little Facebook, like she was doing like a Facebook Live thing, and she was just like this, like talking, right? And then like you just see Homelander like, who the F is this, and he's just like, he's just smiling the whole time, and he's just like, who the heck, like you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't say he's in public, guys. So it's funny though, because we see this a lot. We always see this a lot. Is that whenever Homelander's in public or in any Facebook Live video, Instagram, whatever, like any type of social media, or any PR stuff that he is on, he's like smiling. Hey, how's it going? He's the most friendly son of a gun. But as soon as you turn off that camera, he's all like, let's get these, that was awesome. I was just like, bro, this is like true this is probably how the politicians talk whenever, this is, I'm 100% certain this is how politicians talk to each other. That has to be. but I'm excited for this. I can't wait to see this. Hopefully I'm going to request it, Lex, and maybe we'll review it a week early. Usually that's how it happens. I'll request it and see if we get it. But I give us the trailer a thumbs up, man. I can't wait to see more of it. and I can't wait to see where these characters go, how they progress, and just where does season 2 finish off at? Like, how are you gonna top off season 1? You know, it's just one of those things to where is season 2 going to be better than season 1? That's the thing. How are you going to live up to those expectations now that you established them? Hey, this is it, you know? And I just hope it does good as much as the series I will compare it to, really, but it's more writing and story wise. Netflix Ozark, I would say the last season just got exceeded its expectations of last 2 seasons. And it was done very, very well. And we get the last final season coming out. Well, there's no release date yet, but yeah, it just that has a portray solely done on Jason. Oh my God, on Jason Bateman. There you go. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Jason Bateman. So I'm excited to see where all these people go. And it's weird because it's funny how a lot of makeup really does change these actors. Because if you see these people on normal stuff, they look totally different. It's crazy. It astonishes me. Yeah. And then let me see here. So we got new characters, Robin, Popclaw. So I'm just naming these off the top. These are the actual character names, not the actual person's names. Set 3. We got a whole, looks like almost like 10 more people that are just added to this cast. So let's see how that story goes.
And that female character villain, her name is Stormfront. So
yes. That's who she was. I'm sorry, you got it right on the money. That's who she was. The one I was telling you about, where she's doing the interview thing. That's who it is. And she's just getting like in front of. Yeah, it's just hilarious. You gotta check that clip out. But yeah, all right, man. Well, thanks again, Lex, for being on the show, man. I appreciate it.
No, thank you for having me, man. It was fun. I'm super excited to see this, and it was a great trailer. It hyped it up for sure.
Yeah, I can't wait. September. Let's go, September. It'll be here before we know it. You know?
Going by fast.
Yeah. Slowly but surely. All right, guys. Well, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Give us a thumbs up. You like our trailer reaction, guys. Have yourself a wonderful day. As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. Ryan 680. Lex.
Goodbye, guys. Lex heading out. But no, thank you for joining us, everyone, live.
Yeah. What's your podcast called again? Not in theaters, right?
Not in theaters. Yeah.
Yeah. Check that out, guys. Where a podcast could be found. Have a good one.